story time on when I flew to another state to meet this young lit that's lit on the internet. And to me, I felt like he was cap. So yeah, I met him on the internet. I was in Bahamas like the beginning of January for my son. I'm sorry, the beginning of February for my son's birthday or whatever. And he DM'd me on Instagram like, need you. So I'm like, oh, I've been trying to give you me or whatever like that. So
I've been trying to give you me is wild.
he like, you know, whatever. We gonna exchange numbers or what?
Okay.
So I'm like, yeah, because like, you know, he's some fine shit. Like, I love dark skin. And when I say he's some fine shit, bitch, he's some fine shit. Or whatever like that. So on the internet, like, you know, he got 2 watches, big Cardi, 6 cars, supposedly own his house, and he young as fuck or whatever. Like that. Dressed nice, always designer down, like always posting mad money, etc. So, you know, like that's my...
It's oftentimes those brothers are the poorest out of all of us and the most in debt, or they just scam the best or hustle the best. Either or.
I love me a hood, get money.
Okay. So she knows he's a scammer.
So he asked for my number or whatever like that. So I gave him my number and like he texted me. And I'm not gonna lie, like it was little signs that I didn't like. Like if you know I'm on vacation with my kids, like I remember I posted my drink or whatever and I didn't text him right back. And he was on my phone like, oh, you see me text you or whatever, but you posting. Like that right there was like you only have my number for like 20 minutes, like chill out. But I let him slide. So
you know he's a hustler and he's aggressive. Got it.
We plan to see each other or whatever like this, like whatever like that on this Saturday. That's it, this Saturday, right? And we plan for me to come Valentine's Day weekend or whatever. And
take a flight.
He really was on some shit where like he was like, oh, come whatever, what day, what time, it don't even matter. Like whenever you could come, just come. So I chose that weekend because I'm free every other weekend for my kids. They go with their dad or whatever like that. So that was my free weekend. So I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I thought he was a fake page at first,
okay,
or whatever like that, because it just was like too good to be true. So we would only text, and like he'd tell me to FaceTime him, but by the time I FaceTime him or whatever, he not answering. Now he got an excuse or he don't FaceTime back. So bitch, I started thinking like, bitch, I'm gonna get catfish if I go down here. So I told him, I'm like, look, this Wednesday, like the Wednesday before the Friday. So I'm like, FaceTime me before Friday or I'm not coming. So now he got all that energy, he FaceTime me, etc. I got him on the phone. Before you really couldn't, like he'd just be texting and shit like that. So he FaceTime me, he was real, looked the same, looked good as fuck. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm ready, etc. So Friday come and we talk and I'm like, you know, like you ready? Like I'm at the nail salon, I'm like, you ready? Like I can't wait to see you, I can't wait to meet you, etc. So he like, yeah, or whatever like that. But I feel like his energy was a little off because he was more excited days before. So I'm like, you good, love? Like, you okay? Because I'm like, I feel like your energy is, like, kind of off. Like, you're not excited as you was. So he's like, oh, I just found out I got to get my daughter or whatever today. Mind you, it's the day I leave. Like, I'm leaving at 10 p.m. at night to land.
Okay.
I think my flight would land, like, 12:48 a.m. originally.
It is a flight.
So I'm like, yo, I took our work for this or whatever, and I already checked into the flight. And he's like, well, what's the issue? Nobody didn't tell you not to come. Like, you can still come. I'm good. I'm going to just get a sitter. If anything, her and the sitter just stay at my house and we could just get a room. So I'm like, you know what? All right, that's cool. I'm all for that. Or whatever the case may be.
Wait a minute. Let's pause on the track. You are leaving your kids at home to fly across the country for a guy that you met 2 weeks before, who's an aggressive, get money fast, and he's flaking on you. Still in the streets getting your cheeks clapped by random strangers while you have kids at home is dastardly work. Mama, don't leave me. Where are you going? Oh, I'm gonna go get my cheeks clapped by that stepper in Atlanta. No wonder little Johnny's gonna be in and out of prison in the next couple of years because his mama left him to go get her cheeks clapped intercoastally.
So I still go, like I get my nails and I run to the mall, I get everything I need, I pack my shit, and I tell him like, all right, I'm for Atlanta this time. I go to the airport. Mind you, y'all, I'm rushing because I'm always fucking last minute. I get to the airport, I board the flight, or whatever like that. So before I boarded the flight, he texted me this hotel, like Signa or something like that. It's like one of the best hotels in Atlanta. So I tried to book the hotel online, but everything was booked up. So I told him, I'm like, look, everything booked up because it's Valentine's Day weekend. So he like, nah, you got to call. So I called and like everything was booked the fuck up. Like literally it was no hotel. So he like, well, find whatever you can find and just book it. And I'm going to get you from the airport. So I'm like, you know, what's your budget? So he like, what you mean? I'm like, what's your budget? Like, I'll book the room, but when I land, I expect to get my money back or whatever like that.
Pay.
So I'm on a plane, y'all. The plane done took off. So then like, oh, the least you could do is pay for the room. So I'm like, huh? So this when a mishap coming, because I get it. Okay, we supposed to stay at your house originally, but then your child came into play. So
Or his girlfriend came into play. But let's proceed.
now we gotta go stay somewhere else, which is cool, because I think a hotel is better anyway, because you don't know me and I don't know you, and it's more safer, I feel like. So he like, yeah, like you can pay for the room, I'm gonna fund the rest of the trip. Baby, you a whole scammer. You think I'm paying for a hotel for you to come on me? So he all like, yo, I feel like you could pay for something, I'm funding the rest of the trip, or whatever the case may be. Yo, so we start arguing or whatever like that. So then the plane lands.
I like this guy.
And I'm like, you really arguing over a $300-something hotel, but you scamming, you hitting all these licks, all this big money you posting.
You ain't worth
like
shit.
$20,000-$30,000. You can't book a $300 hotel, and I just felt like if you brought me to your city, you should make sure I'm good. Like if you came to my city and something happened, I'm going to correct it before you get down.
But you's a bust down.
Because I mean, why wouldn't I? Like, it don't make sense.
You know, and I'm trolling her a little bit, but at the same time, I understand where she's coming from, because like when you are essentially an Instagram thought who gets flown across the country to come hop on Eggplant, then of course you're going to get mad when the John is cutting into your profits because you got to pay for your own flight. But of course, in order to make this logic make sense, then she has to be operating like a prostitute. And I believe that she is. She's interested in this guy because he set up some IG lifestyle of get money, high, flashy things, material. And she wants to go to Atlanta to get drilled by him and then also see what else she can come up off of. She want to hit Lenox Mall. No, I'm sorry. She wants to hit Phipps Plaza, baby, to really tickle her fake bougie fancy. If she only put this much effort in getting back with her baby daddy, she'd be in a lot better position. So I took a look at her Instagram. I can't show the top because the top photos is literally pornography, but I can show you a little bit down here. And of course, it's one of these types of chicks, okay? Pink hair, sexuality everywhere. You know, I didn't see an OnlyFans link, but the girls that do have OnlyFans links, they do exactly just like this. All right, huge cakes. I should put it up to the screen. Editor, can we at least blur that out just a little bit? YouTube don't like when the cheeks is that fat, baby. All right? And you'll see that she's accustomed to traveling different places and getting flued out. So, you know, this is just part of the hustle. It's just so sad when you think that this is a mother with not one, not two, but 3 kids. But this is the selfishness in a lot of these modern young women today, prioritizing the lyrics in a Glorilla song over their damn children.
I didn't ask to come near. You wanted to come. Now, I agree we wanted to see each other, but still, like, what? So when I landed, arguing, going all back and forth with shit. So I'm like, listen, cancel your sitter, stay home with your kid. Go ahead and bond. I'm cool. Like, I ain't even
go ahead and bond,
etc.
Y'all,
this nigga was like, oh, you must be coming to come see another. What? I took off from my job, stopped one of my business to come see you, and you talking about another. That's your response? Y'all, he kept arguing. I couldn't believe it, because I'm like, bro, like, if you getting all this money and you got all this motion, all this shit going on, like, $300 is nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if I book this hotel, you can't come. So that's what the fuck I did. I booked the hotel, and shout out to that Spirit flight attendant, because yo, he stayed in that airport with me and found me a hotel. Yo, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have had nowhere to stay, like, at all. But I booked that hotel, y'all, and I left that nigga on red. Like, I stopped responding, and I just made it into a solo trip. But I still was just, like, mad because I trip. Like, Atlanta cool. We used to do that for New Year's, but, like, just to go and spend that much money, it was just, like, I could have went somewhere else. Like, that was kind of crazy. So, me personally, I just feel like his lifestyle got to be kept, because I done dealt with some big money. I mean, rich, like, that's running businesses to get legit money. I done dealt with a rapper. I'm not going to say who the fuck he is, because he is a big rapper that y'all listen to every single day. And
I do hope that all of the lovely young ladies, the MTRs that are looking at content like this, are getting utterly disgusted at the way that she's voicing this. When she says, I dealt with rich money ninjas and rappers, what that means is that she gave up all of her orifices for their pleasure. Women like this see power in getting their backs severed and rearranged by men like that. And it's really sad when you think about it, because that's really the most notoriety, is to getting eggplant from men that have notoriety. It's really pathetic if you think about it. Anyway, let's keep going.
Niggas with money ain't complaining. They not doing all that. Like, I'm telling you, they not doing all that. Like, when you come see them, they have everything into play. Everything booked. Bitch, your itinerary set up, all that. Like,
yep, she's a pro.
It ain't making sense. So, to me, his life is just cat. And to be honest, I never really seen him go out and do nothing or anything like that. Like, he not in the mall blowing no money. Like, he ain't no 5-star restaurants. Like, he really don't be doing nothing. Like, he might go skate or something. But, like, other than that, like, that nigga don't be really doing shit, like, with the money he's supposed to have. Like, he got all this motion. You would think he'd be tripping, like, something. Like, nah, he not doing none of that. So, to me, personally, the life is cat. And I was just mad because I felt like, damn, like, I flew here to see you and this happened. Never doing it again. And then his excuse was,
instant regret.
Well, you knew what I had going on and you still came. Nigga, you never told me not to come. When I checked in with you and we spoke, you told me to still come. It wasn't an issue. And you was going to get a sitter. Like, what? That don't even make sense. Like, make it make sense. I would have said the home. I'm not that pressed to see no good. Like, bitch, you know, I get like, what? Be for real. I was just upset at the fact that you still allowed me to come or whatever like that, knowing that you was going to do that or whatever the case may be. And I'm not saying he lying about getting his kid, because do that. Like, to know it's a Valentine's Day week or something going on and be like, oh yeah, you not, I'm going to stick him with the kid because I don't want him to be with no other bitch. So it do be like that, but still, like, come on, yo. Like, I don't live down the street. I live in another state. I flew there.
My apologies to the portions of my audience that understood maybe 10% of the words that were coming out of her mouth. But nevertheless, this trash has almost 7 million views. But guess what? She turned off the comments. Majority of the reason for that is some of the things that I was saying within this video. To continue to paint the picture of this lovely young woman's history, this is a post that she made up on Facebook. I'm about to start selling starter kits. It's gonna come with flavored throat spray, Listerine strips, grapefruit, wipes, and non-gag instructions coming soon. It should also come with a hoe bath tutorial. You know what I'm saying? Like the types of baths that hoes have to take when they're on the go, right? Just like a little instruction manual, you know, like stand in front of the sink and pat water up, you know, mix like a little bit of soap in there, get up under the underarms and shit like that. Like, I think that'd probably be a good addition to your product line, man. Gar says, might need this tutorial in real life. That's what the people was saying. LOL, okay, I'ma do it. Use a cucumber. So we're not dealing with no normal hoe here. This is a professional that's selling product. Ma'am, you got hustled by a hustler. I don't know what to tell you. Understand your L and just learn to do better. But, you know, there's nothing that I'm going to say that's going to change your behavior. Perhaps there's other people that are looking at this content that'll do better based off of the things that I am talking about. You are living and flying too high within your city girldom to change your current behavior. Really, the sad portion of this story is for them 3 damn kids. But you know what this content made me think about? Content creators all across the internet that will coddle young women who have a negative opinion or feeling about men that go through situations similar to this.
I want to talk about this trend where girls are coming out saying, I'm just so uninterested in men. The men are just not meeting my requirements or my needs.
It's crazy that she describes this as a new trend, by the way, when women historically have had mainstream media, daytime talk shows, their own platforms for decades now to talk about the issues or problems with men. Trend? Anyway, let's keep going.
Baby, they always been like that.
Okay, we've always been like that.
You're just not in fantasy land about men anymore. You're dealing with who they are. You're not just going off of their potential or going off of their words. You're looking at their actions and you're really truly starting to see men in masses for who they truly are.
Okay.
And so majority of men you are uninterested in. You may come across one that you would be interested in, but men as a whole, you are uninterested in them and you are done with the over infatuation when it comes to them because you're no longer in fantasy land.
This is so dangerous. Women like this will gloat regarding the separation of men and women, and they'll often do it from a power position of, well, men wasn't shit anyway to begin with. And it is widely popular for them to do so to not hold up mirrors to the same women's faces, to understand that perhaps they need to take accountability for what went wrong with that man or in that relationship. See, the first woman that I just went over in the video would be an active follower of this bullshit, and she gets a community to never hold the mirror up to her face and seek accountability through the mistakes that she has made. There is no community like this one that will continue to create safe spaces for debauchery, for never taking accountability. Can we not say in that first situation that both of them had issues? Between her ridiculous lifestyle, leaving her children, and then still flying out there even though she identified all of these red flags, yet without being accountable, then everything was his fault. Therefore, women like her would lose interest in men. Laughing emoji. These are the same types of women that buck up towards structure as well as discipline because they see that as oppression, or they see that as the patriarchy. Give me a damn break, but let's see what other clown words that she has to say.
Congratulations. You are now officially a grown-ass woman.
She's a grown woman for losing interest in men and recognizing that men en masse ain't worth it.
And you will start to be more selective, and you will start to make smart choices when it comes to men. And this is the place that you need to be. You have arrived. Enjoy this freedom.
The last thing that I will say about this is that, my G's, ignore this behavior over here. Go where you feel represented or where you feel wanted, and join my men's self-development community, baby. Where we are teaching the men today how to grow, how to build purpose, how to develop their masculinity, how they can increase their understanding of health and wellness. And above all of that, there is a focus on financial education going into the future. If you want to build wealth in 2025 and beyond, sign up to my men's self-development community. Link to it down in the description box down below. They can complain all that they want about men, but they never offer solutions. And as long as you are solutioning within your life, improving yourself with the correct things that are not taught in textbooks, then you will continue to build yourself up to encroach on happiness within your life. Questions, comments, concerns? God already know what to do. Mediocre tutorials and reviews at gmail.com. Guys, what did you think about the comments in the video before you? Let me know down in the comment box down below. Also, again, click on that link, beam up into my community. We're going to start doing live calls, group calls up there as well. So make sure that you tap in if you got any questions that need answering. All right. Until next time, YouTube. Peace.
You is ratchet as they come. Rainbow weaves and batwing lashes, weighing more than a man. What time is your football practice? I bet you can hit that A gift like a mug. How you big back it? Said a man must buy you gifts. Where here goes a Fitbit tracker. Are you mad? Cause you got 3 kids by 4 different dads. You pick cookies, then you bash. Oh man, when you get sad.